Hey everybody, welcome to the 13th annual Georgia FRC Kickoff. My name is Alex Field, I'm the president of RoboJackets, and I'm so excited to be here and to welcome you all to the event this year, even through our virtual format that we have. I'm going to start by passing it off to Connie, who's going to give you guys some updates from this year through Georgia First.
Good morning, teams. Welcome to the 2021 Kickoff and Infinite Recharge. Also, Happy New Year. Let me start by thanking the RoboJackets and the team that has been so gracious in helping to host this event year after year. No matter what the obstacles are, they seem to overcome them and help partner with us to bring a great event to you. I'm going to start out by saying the season is going to look different. And there's no promise of in-person events, but we are still planning. We're still planning just in case we do get the go-ahead, because we don't want to be left without any options. So know that although we can't promise in-person events, we're trying really hard to make those things happen. But in the meantime, there are 3 remote challenges that you'll hear more about today from FIRST. First of all, the FIRST Innovation Challenge, the Game Design Challenge, and the Infinite Recharge at Home. I'm going to encourage each of your teams to participate at whatever level you can in those challenges to make sure you're having a meaningful and fulfilling season for 2021. And remember, we're still trying to have those in-person events. I'd also like to thank our sponsors that have stuck by us through a really difficult time, shutting down events in 2020 and then with no promise of 2021. Although their biggest value was getting to be in front of you and being able to say you are the next workforce that we're looking for, they're still willing to stick with us even if we aren't able to have our in-person events. We're working on ways of you being able to still connect with them, so stay tuned. I'd also like to thank our volunteers. Our volunteer force that was forced to not be able to be together as a FIRST volunteer family have still been getting on calls and having meetings and being able to produce online events like the symposium that many of you attended and summer camps. I'd also like to thank our leadership, that our board of directors, that when the need arose, they were really willing and able to pivot over to forming a COVID-19 response committee. And you'll see the results of that on the website when you click on COVID-19 event response. So I encourage you to take a look at that and see what we're doing to keep you safe if we are able to have in-person events. I'd like to thank the coaches who continued supporting your team in whatever capacity you have, whether remote or in person, and making sure your teams are safe. I'd like to thank the team members. You guys are continuing your journey with FIRST in a very different way. So I'm going to thank you for saying the FIRST is worth it to stay with it, because it truly is. It is truly that life-changing program that you've chosen to be a part of. Now we're going to get back to normal. Don't worry. I have faith that we'll get back to normal. But in the meantime, I want you to take a look at what we're doing. I'm going to push you over to GeorgiaFIRST.org once again and see where the event schedule is. We do have some events up on the website, just in case that we are able to have, like I said, the in-person events. Be prepared. Be ready for that if we can. And know that a decision will be made in late January from FIRST as to whether we can have official events. So more to come. But thank you again for tuning in today. You're going to learn a lot about the new restart of Infinite Recharge. I applaud you for continuing to be a part of this amazing program. Again, thank you to the RoboJackets, and enjoy your broadcast.
Thank you so much, Connie, for all of that and all those updates for the event this year. I'd now like to pass it off to Brian, who is going to also have some words to say. So, Brian, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Cooksey, and I have the privilege of serving as the president of your Georgia First Board of Directors. I'm joining you this morning from Dalton, Georgia, the floor covering capital of the world, and specifically from the Northwest Georgia College and Career Academy, home of First Robotics Team 5900, the Fighting Mongooses. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our teams for registering for this year's 2021 Infinite Recharge season, and I hope you're as excited as I am to get things started today. Our entire Georgia First team is inspired by your commitment to stay involved with Georgia First this season. And the registrations, we're extremely proud of the number of teams that we have who have registered for this year. Georgia continues to be one of the strongest states in the nation for FIRST programming, and that starts with having dedicated students, mentors, and volunteers across the state who believe in our mission. While 2020 was a very challenging year and we continue to deal with a global pandemic, the Georgia First Board of Directors and leadership team continues to remain focused on providing all of you with the best and safest experience possible in everything that we do. You are the reason that FIRST exists in Georgia, and you are the future of our state. Over the past few months, our COVID-19 committee has continued to meet to prepare for in-person events and ensure that all levels of FIRST in Georgia are prepared to operate safely during this pandemic. I know many of our teams have established their own safety protocols for team meetings and build season. If you need assistance in any of that information, please don't hesitate to reach out to Georgia First. Our board of directors has also been focused on ensuring that Georgia First has a strong financial standing during these challenging times. We are blessed with many long-standing partners and supporters who invest in FIRST in Georgia to ensure that you have this platform to learn, grow, and shine. We are also exploring new funding opportunities to help us continue to expand FIRST programming to more students throughout the state of Georgia. While we don't know exactly what the next few months will look like, I know that FIRST in Georgia will, without a doubt, be one of the leaders in having the most engaged, most effective, safest, and above all, most fun programming in the entire country. Thank you to all the teams, coaches, mentors, volunteers, sponsors, and staff for all that you have done and all that you will do to make this season awesome. Thank you to the RoboJackets as well for their efforts in hosting today's events. Stay safe, learn new things, help others, and let's have a great 2021 season. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for that, Brian. All right, guys, we're starting to get close. Soon we're going to find out exactly what this restart's going to look like. I hope you're all super excited for this year's events and whatever form it may be. As I said towards the start, my name is Alex Field, and I am currently the president of RoboJackets. This is our 13th time holding this event. I am so excited and so glad to be here. This event in particular is extremely important to me because I actually was a Georgia FRC student. I was on the same teams that you guys have been on, going to the same events, having the same experiences that you guys have been going throughout the years you were spending in Georgia FRC. This community matters so much to me, and I'm so glad and so happy you're all enthusiastic to keep participating within the community and keep working hard within robotics and within FIRST Robotics competition. I was back at old kickoffs listening to RoboJackets presidents of the past give this same kind of speech, back all the way to my first event, which was in 2015 with Recycle Rush. And there are so many skills, and the whole Georgia First program has been so impactful to me. And I want you guys to really understand and take a look back at how much you are growing and learning from being part of this and through your teams. The technical skills that you're learning, whether it's mechanical skills, electrical skills, the teamwork that you guys have as part of your teams, any sort of leadership skills you're getting, working with others, working with everyone, it puts you a step above nearly everyone else and the skills that they have. I can assure you that what you are gaining here, even if it doesn't feel like it, it feels like a lot of fun, hanging out with your friends, building robots, going to competitions, and singing the Pokemon theme song before a final event. You are growing as people, growing as engineers, and learning so much. Now, throughout your years, you may be wondering, well, what's next? What happens after being part of this community? After Georgia FRC and all the experiences and growth that you have? Maybe you're near graduating and you're looking at colleges and things like that. that's where I was. I really loved my time, and I was trying to figure out what's next. I found that I could continue the journey through other programs, such as RoboJackets. So RoboJackets is Georgia Tech's competitive robotics team. We are really just a community of people that love robotics, coming from all walks of life to go to different competitions and build robots and do our research that we need to accomplish these goals. And let me tell you, the skills that you are learning from FRC are very important to what we need and what we want to have here to build these robots and to compete and to have our leadership and to grow and manage this. This is really a great way to continue the journey. And there are organizations like this all across the globe at different schools, but if you guys are looking at Georgia Tech to attend with as far as the future goes, RoboJackets is an amazing place. So to get a little more specific on what RoboJackets is, we are Georgia Tech's competitive robotics team competing in international competitions. These competitions include BattleBots, which is combat robotics. I'm sure you guys have seen the show. We build those here. We have RoboCup, which is a 6v6 autonomous soccer team. So we build various robots to communicate with each other, run plays, passes, and that competes in a different country every single year. We have our RoboNav team, which has previously competed in the IGVC competition, which is autonomous navigation and going through different obstacles, and they will soon be going to other different types of events for navigation. We have our Robo Racing team, which is high-speed path planning, high-speed racing, and we even compete in an EV Grand Prix event where we race against other vehicles on the same track. And we have our Robo Wrestling team, which competes in various robot sumo competitions, things like that. So we have all these different types of events that whatever aspect of maybe FRC that you found most interesting, you can work on here. We have higher technical electrical things, mechanical challenges. You can grow even more beyond what you have and really continue the journey that you have been through. We're a really big organization of so many people, all come from different walks of life, having a couple hundred members. And we hold events like these and try to work with the FIRST community. So if you want to work more with the FIRST community, this our outreach, and this is something you can do. But beyond just me talking about it, I'd like to show you a video that kind of gives you a better representation of the things that we do here in RoboJack. So I'll play that video. I hope you guys found that as cool and exciting as I have. I love that video so much. But yeah, so these are the kinds of cool things that wait for you after high school and after FRC. These are the things, the skills you are learning and growing with right now that you will get to do. And you can do this with your skills and everything you're learning. This is what the future is. If you would like to continue with robotics, these are the amazing things that you can accomplish. Now, I did want to acknowledge that this year in particular is difficult. Even this event's getting held online with the pandemic and everything and the uncertainty of what's going on with the game. But I don't want you to underestimate how much you are going to be able to still learn from this year. In fact, you may be able to learn more through working through these challenges and through these very unique difficulties that are going on this year. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of advice from RoboJackets, who we've been working for an entire semester to build our robots within the pandemic and still make that work. The first thing I wanted to say, and I like to always say this, I think the most important leadership trait is adaptability. And this year, you're going to show and learn how to adapt what you guys have been doing to whatever the unique challenges are. You can take what you know, take the building and FRC that you've done and the leadership in your current systems, and learn how to adjust them to work with the situations of the world and everything going on right now. Probably my biggest piece of advice that we have learned, communication is key. It is very important that you guys have pathways and ways to talk with each other and be very clear about what's going on. This year especially, because without that communication, whenever something arises that may be very difficult that is limited based on this year, it will be a lot harder and take longer to do. Next, having clear systems in place. So whatever work you maybe do, having something set up that is very structured and clear will take you so far as staying organized and being able to accomplish whatever goals you set for yourself. Being realistic with your goals is so important right now. Realistic as to what you're able to accomplish and make sure that everything will still work. Finally, just understanding and relying on each other. You guys are a team through all of this. Your mentors and coaches are there for you. It cannot be understated how much they do to try to make this the best program and the best experience for you possible. Lean on each other, rely on each other. Be that tight-knit team so you can get through this. This year is going to bring you together in ways you don't even realize. This is really, it's special, the communities that get built on these teams. And if anyone is able to handle this year in stride and get through the difficulties of this year, it's all of you. So I wanted to kind of finish this off by wishing you all the best of luck this year. Seriously, you can do it. All right. I know the skills and the growth that you guys have as Georgia FRC students. I know what you learn and how skilled you are. You are all incredible just for already doing what you do and being here. And if you don't believe that, I will be happy to convince you. All right, keep it up. Keep up all the hard work you're doing, growing as people, as leaders, as engineers, as everything you need. And if you keep that up, there's nowhere you can't go. That's about all I had to talk about. But the National First stream will have the rest of Kickoff today. Hope you all are so excited for this year. I know I am. And thank you guys for listening to me ramble for a bit.